Hello, this is Bruce with Webucator. In this video, I'm going to show you a solution that Bob Pusateri came up with on copying and pasting file paths. Bob agreed to let us create this video showing a solution which is available as an article on his blog at the URL shown here. If you've ever had to type a file path into a SQL script, you'll realize the usefulness of this solution. In this case, I've got a SQL script that I'm using to restore the header information from a backup file. The backup file I've got located on my hard drive, on my D drive, underneath a subdirectory named Backups, and then underneath another subdirectory named AW Data Warehouse Backups. And then there's my file, AW Backup. And if I don't want to manually type in that whole path to that file, then one trick that you can do that's pretty easy to do but requires a couple different steps is I can select the path up here at the top of my Windows Explorer, copy that path, do Control C, but it doesn't give me the file name. That's the downside to it. But I could copy it in here nonetheless, copy it inside of my single quotes. And then I could go back and maybe slowly double click on the file just to get the file name selected. Go back to my script and paste that in that way. Execute, and there's my header information from that backup file. But that required two steps, two clicks. Definitely wasn't the quickest way. I suppose as opposed to typing it, it would be a bit quicker than having to type it. But on Bob's blog, the solution that he came up with is much quicker and much easier. So let's back this up. Go back here, and from this folder that's got my backup file, what I'll do is I'll right click. Now if I just right click, I'm not going to see anything particularly useful from just a standard right click. The trick, the key to this is holding down the shift key while you right click, and then I'll note that in the menu that pops up while holding down the shift key, I have an option, the third option from the top in my case. It might be different depending on your version of your operating system. I have a copy as path option, and that's what I'm going to choose, copy as path. So I'll select that, go back to my script file, right click and paste, and I see it gives me the whole file path. Now the only downside to this technique is it does put double quotes around it, so I've got a couple options. I can either put single quotes, replace the double quotes with single quotes. That works pretty well. Or let's back it up. Leave the double quotes on. I could add a set command at the top. Set quoted identifier. Off. And that allows me then to use double quotes when I'm using my literals, in this case the path to my file, and we could execute. So if I had maybe a script that I was creating where I had a lot of file paths that I was going to be copying in using the trick that Bob showed on his blog, that might be worthwhile to type that extra code at the top and turn off the quoted identifiers. Well, that's it for this video. You can read all about the copy as path option from Bob's blog, and that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.